Hey there, Saguto golfers. Tom Saguto here, coming to you from the Tradition Club in beautiful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And just look at this weather. It's 80 degrees in March. This is absolutely perfect to play golf, and it's a great day for you to learn how to be a much better golfer. Today we're talking about Jon Rahm, and I think he's going to be an absolute dominant force on the PGA Tour for many years to come because he's got an unbeatable golf swing. You're going to learn to have an unbeatable golf swing today as well. You'll learn how to hit the ball crispier, farther, and you're going to do it without using so much effort. Who doesn't want that? That's why we play golf, get that really crisp feeling on the middle of the club face. So let's get started. The first thing Rahm does to make himself unbeatable, and this will really improve the crispiness of your ball striking, is that he hits the ball first, takes a divot in front of the ball nearly every single time. When he gets set up and he goes to the top of his backswing, you don't see a whole lot of movement of his head off of the ball, and you don't see that his body is even moving off of the ball. You see that he stays very centered over the golf ball in the top of backswing, into the downswing, and into the follow through. Being centered is one of the most important keys to having consistent golf. And if I stay centered over the golf ball in my entire swing, I can basically guarantee a ball first strike. That was saucy right there. But so many golfers struggle with hitting the ground behind the ball or hitting at the ball, topping it, thinning it, those shots that are undesirable. They all happen because you're having a hard time staying centered. In fact, you're probably moving off the golf ball most of the time, or there's a lot of swaying or shifting going on. So the way you eliminate the problem of swaying and shifting and start hitting the ball much more solid is just focus on staying over the ball by keeping your weight on the front side. Watching Rahm to the top, you'll see that his front side's like a wall. There's not a whole lot of sway because he knows that if he can stay over the ball, he's going to hit it solid. Oh, there's another beautiful one right there. You can hear the sound too. It's like a nice crack off the club face. And that's why we play golf. It's a ton more fun when you hear that crack off the face. The best part about it, you don't have to be a tour player to start accessing that beautiful feeling. All you've got to do is think about more weight on the front leg. That'd be your left leg if you're a right-handed player. So I just focus more weight there, and I don't try and move my head. You can listen to that swath on it. Whoosh, whoosh, and the ball just explodes. That's a great feeling. The feeling of why you play golf and then doing that feeling over and over again never gets old. It just doesn't get old because it's butter, it's hardwired into us. We want to feel this sensation all day long. Amen to that. How's your contact right now? I want to hear about it. Tell me in the comments. Is it saucy? Is it good? Is it crispy? Or is it less than desirable? And then try the weight forward and let me know if this helped you out. Staying very centered, weight staying forward, and the ball is exploding off the face. There's a divot in front of the ball. Life is good. Another thing that makes Rahm's golf swing unbeatable is his ability to control the club face in the swing, and he does it with some real good secret sauce. And here's the secret sauce. Keep the club face square. The club face represents the start direction of your golf ball. So wherever this points at impact, the ball is going to start. He's got that trademark position at the top of his backswing with that bowed wrist. So what he's doing here is he's setting the club face in a position where he knows it's at. And from here, all he has to do to hit the ball is not use his hands to score the club face. Like so many golfers, everybody's trying to hit the ball by timing it up with the release of their hands. He doesn't have to worry about that. He just keeps the club set in this position and he brings it down into impact, so he never changes it. That means when he gets from top of backswing to impact, the face is always square, pointing at the target he wants to hit. And then the ball is just going to the target. That keeps it very simple, right? Well, we don't want to spend so much time trying to control all these variables. You can't play consistent golf by rolling over your hands. You can't play consistent golf by trying to time a release. Eventually, something's going to catch up with you. You've got to maintain that. You've got to practice by hitting 10 to 15,000 balls a day, it feels like. Rahm's got a wife and a kid. I don't think he wants to spend all his time on the range. I think he'd rather spend time with his family. So he sets his wrists like this and he just brings his body into impact. So how do you do that? How do you learn how to control the club face like that? Well, it's very simple. Do nothing. So the feeling of doing nothing is like this. Extend your arm straight off your body. There's my square club face. If I use my chest and my body to swing the club, I don't change anything with my hands. So I'm not rolling or rotating. None of this dancing, none of that stuff. Just bringing it back. Look, it's the same angle. That's top of my backswing. Then bring it through. Same angle, club face very square, pointed at my target. This key right here will make you an extremely consistent golfer. So the way you feel that is you take what I did right here, you bend over towards the golf ball, and you try and do the same thing with some short shots first. So keep the club face very square, pointed at the target, bring it back, through, check your start line. Is it on your target line? If yes, you're keeping the club face under control. I'm not doing a whole lot of manipulation of my hands. You would then take it up into a full swing so that you can really build this feeling. I'm feeling through impact the club face staying very square. So I get set, I know where my club face is, and I swing. So my start line is right where I'm aimed. There it goes again, right on my start line. Another beautiful shot. Keeping the club face from doing a whole lot of work. So quiet club face means the ball starts on line. There it is again. Really solid strike. Hitting more greens, making more birdies and pars. Life is good. Another key that makes you virtually unbeatable. This is going to get you a lot more yardage with a lot less effort and improve the consistency of your swing. It all comes back to the top of the backswing right here. Something else that's very noticeable is Rahm's very short backswing. Yet he hits the ball a mile. So how do you do that? Well, you've got to take advantage of swinging the club around your body on a circle. You have to work harder if you swing the club more straight back, up, and then you got to drop the club and you got to hit the ball. That takes way too much timing. So what you need to focus on doing is look at his top of backswing position. You see how close that trail elbow is against his side? Strive for that money position right there. I know it's going to be a shorter backswing, but you're going to hit it farther with less effort because you're taking the club more in. Football kickers don't kick in a straight line anymore because they figured out when they kick from an angle, the ball goes farther. They're not working as hard. Now they're kicking field goals that are like 60 yards and stuff. It's ridiculous. All coming from swinging the club or swinging the foot more in. So get those sides really connected with your arms straight. Gorilla glue them in there. So as you swing, backswing and follow through, you're feeling the natural folding of this arm, but it's glued in there. If this arm moves off your body, you start lifting your arms and you got to drop and hit again. It's way too much work. So eliminate that problem by getting glued up. Let's put on the Gorilla Glue suit right now. Gonna Gorilla Glue this arm in there. Do a practice swing, keep it glued, hands are in. Keep it glued even in the downswing, just glue it. Don't change it. Feel what it's like to swing with some glue in there. This one's a tough one for me because I really like to lift those arms, but I really gotta focus on keeping the glue. Because if I can keep the glue, I don't have to work hard at all. This works wonders for every club in the bag. Glue it, keep it. That was a good one. You can hear it when you hit it, and the ball just goes a lot farther with less effort. It's quite majestic. I'm like a golf addict. You ever feel like you're a golf addict? You hit a good shot, you're like, oh, let's do it again. Let's do it again. You keep hitting balls until it's evening and you skip dinner. Yeah. Let's get set again. Really glued. That feels good. The reason why you play golf is to hit the buttery sensation on the club face. What do you think about that glue? I want you to let me know in the comments below. Did gluing the arm make you much more consistent at golf? That's the key. And if it did, let me know. I really want your thoughts on this, because the whole point of this channel is to get you to be a better ball striker. That was absolutely effortless and long. Beautiful. That's gonna make you unbeatable. Now I've got a bonus tip for you. Before we get there though, yes, everything works with the driver. Bonus tip is to be able to keep your arms straight through impact. Rahm really gets his arms extended fully. When he gets through impact, you see both arms fully extended. They go from this position here where this arm's bent, storing a ton of power. So going back to the Gorilla Glue, look at it, it's right here, bent, loaded. By the time he gets through impact, it's all unloaded. It's like an explosion of power. But it's also gonna help you hit the ball very crispy. So we need that explosion of power to only happen out here, never behind the ball. We don't want any of this stuff. We don't want to dig a hole to China. We just want to dig a hole a little bit more in front of the ball so the ball goes farther than the dirt. So set up to the ball, and you're going to focus on going from loaded here to exploding. Just imagine you got a basketball and you're bounce passing it at a spot in front of the ball. It's got to hit the ground out there though. Both arms extended. Both arms extended. Ball's bouncing in front of this ball. You need that to hit it solid. When I make a swing, I get my arms fully extended there. I'm almost guaranteeing solid contact. That is sweet. You hear that sound. Whoosh. Not much effort, ball goes a lot further, and it feels a heck of a lot better. I got my basketball. There it goes again. You know what I love about it though? Is the confidence you're gonna have, because it's basically guaranteed. A beautiful divot's guaranteed. Just like in Myrtle Beach, beautiful weather is almost guaranteed. You keep your arms straight, you're gonna hit the ball solid. You're gonna hit with much more power. Resist the temptation to get back to your old ways of pulling the arms apart and flipping. That's where you're coming from. You just need to learn to pass that basketball more forward and down. And your ball striking will change tremendously. So here's some really great keys. This is why Jon Rahm's going to be unbeatable. He keeps the club face very square. He's got the same contact point every time. He's got plenty of power by swinging the club in. And then he finishes with a very consistent, beautiful arms extended position. When you do all those things, you have to play great golf. It's not an if or a but or when, it's now, and it always happens. And you can learn how to do that now when you go to my SagutoGolf online golf school. It's a complete golf swing training program that teaches you how to do this. Shot after shot, it feels great. Life's too short to not experience that. So start playing the best golf of your life with SagutoGolf. Be like Rahm, be unbeatable. Have an awesome day.